Alright guys, I'm going to do a quick pond checkout training video. I'm here in Cuba, New Mexico. This pond, we laid it out to be 109 by 101. You can still see my stakes, the contractor left them there. But anyways, I just got a tape measure and measured from stake to stake. Same thing from this stake to this stake. And I wrote down those values. Drew a simple square. Then I got the bottom dimensions 15 by 18. And then I set up my level. I had it right here. I should have left it in the so you can see. And right at that fence post is a 2x2 hub. So I put my level where I'm standing. I walked over there with my my rod, sorry. Then I shot an elevation of 745. And then I shot the four corners of the pond. I shot the northwest corner, southeast, southwest, and lastly I shot the pond bottom. So I just shot that with my laser. So I got the four top shots. So these four shots, I added them together, divided by 4, and I got an average reading of 702. This pond was designed to be 12 feet deep. So what I did was I added 12 to 702, and I should get a rod reading of 1902 at the bottom. My rod reading at the bottom was 1935. So when you're higher on the rod, you're lower in the ground. So the pond is low by 3/10. It's nothing. It's not going to mess anything up. So this pond checks out because it met all the design dimensions of and depths of the original pond design. The only thing I have to check now would be the slopes. We designed it to have a 4-to-1 here, and a 3-to-1, and a 3-to-1, and a 3-to-1. So water is going to be coming in at the 4-to-1, and then side slopes a 3-to-1, and then an outslope of 3-to-1. And so to be able to check that, all you got to do is, we know the pond's 12 feet deep, so whatever your slopes are on the side, you multiply 12 by that slope. So in this case, it should be 48 feet from here to here, because 4 times 12, the pond depth is 48. The distance from here to here should be 36, because 3 times 12, the pond depth is 36. Same thing here, 36 and 36. So I roughly measured the diagonal elevations. And so on this one, if it's supposed to be 48, I measured this to be about 41. And so it's going to be close. It might be a little bit less than a 4-to-1, but it's not going to be detrimental. It should actually be more than 4-to-1, because these actually were, I measured them lengthwise, and so the diagonal was longer. So this right here should be 47, and so this distance is going to be longer because it's on a right angle. It's the longest leg. So that's all I need to do after that. If you guys have any questions, let me know. The whole pond checkout should take you about 15 minutes. If you're new to it, maybe 30, but it's not going to take much longer than that. So I check all that. He was supposed to put his spoil where I'm standing, which is indeed where he put it. So another thing you got to check is, if you said the spoil is supposed to be there, then it should be where it's supposed to be. The spoil is supposed to be at a minimum of 12 feet away from the edge, so you'd come and measure this 12 feet. I know this is 12 feet without having to check, because his dozer is at least 10 feet, and this is way more than 10 feet. But you'll measure from the edge of the pond to where the spoil is, and that has to be a minimum of 12 feet. He put spoil there, and I don't like that. I just talked to the landowner, and Told her to move some of the spoil in such a way that the water that comes from this drainage is able to come in on the side, because right now the way the contractor put it is he put the spoil in such a way where the water that comes towards the camera is going to come in at this corner. And on my sketch for the original design, I had him put all the spoil in front of the pond, and he put it on the side. So she's going to have the contractor move some of the spoils such a way where the water can come in from the side. So those are the other things I check. And that's about it. If you guys have any questions, let me know. As far as putting spoil in front of the pond, the notion behind that is water comes in, drops in, and then once it fills up, the water will pond over, and then it'll just go around the berm on either side. So here's a different vantage point. The water's going to come in, the 4-to-1, drop in, and go out. There's the berm in front of it, 12 feet away from the edge, and then the water, when this pond's filled, the water is going to spill out and go around the spoil. And so you can see a little bit better the problem that I can already see happening is the water that comes here, because of this berm that I'm standing on that wasn't supposed to be here. The water is going to come here and then come in this corner, and it's going to start eating that out. So like I said, I told the producer to have him move the spoil I'm standing on out of the way so that the water can come straight into the camera and drop in to the side. So the water on this pond is going to be coming off drainage that comes from the freeway and drainage that comes from over here. If you guys have any questions, let me know. But like I said, the whole pond check will take you 15-30 minutes. And if you know how to use a rod and a level, and you know how to use a tape measure, you'll be able to check it out.